Welcome in, everybody. This is the Fantasy Blitz podcast. We are powered by Sports Lounge Media and sponsored by the mobile brand. Got my guy here chosen with me. Um, something simple
Yes,
on the
sir.
docket today. Something real simple on the docket. We got two games today, two huge, massive games today. Eagles and Commanders at the link, and we got the Bills and the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Um, we're going to run over those predictions and kind of preview those games for a little bit, and then we're going to go over some. Obviously the NFL, it's that type of season where your staff makes some adjustments, and for those teams that are already out of it, there's Jimmy. What's going on, my brother? We're just going to touch on some coaching changes for Las Vegas Cowboys and the Bears this week already. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And everybody, welcome in, Jimmy down there. Got the Broncos jersey on. He's still living the dream. Still living the dream. Boom, boom, boom. We'll go here. We'll just go right into the preview. So obviously we got. We'll just touch on the obvious one first. Bills and Chiefs, right? Bills and Chiefs and Arrowhead. Do we think the Bills have any chance today, gentlemen? Jimmy, I can't hear
yeah.
you.
Uh, his audio, maybe.
Yeah, say go ahead, Chosen. We'll get that fixed in here in a second.
Yeah. So the Bills, man. The Bills come in. I guess they're defeated against the Chiefs here, and it's a hell of a time in Arrowhead, right? Like to go on the road and go against Patrick Mahomes in his home. It's a little bit different, in many shape or forms. You literally have to go in there with the mindset of I'm gonna blow this team out, right? That's the only way that you're going to beat this team. If you keep it close, something magical is going to happen and you will lose that game. And it's what I could do is I could kind of similar to playing against the Patriots back in their dynasty days, right? And I'm super excited about this game for many reasons. I think Josh can get over the hump, man. I think he really can, and it's gonna take a lot for him to do that. Obviously, he cannot make any mistakes, but not only that, their defense has to find a way to turn the ball over, and if they don't turn the ball over, then they have to get them 3 and out, right? They have to get the Chiefs to go 3 and out, so this way they have the ball and they can control the clock and just let Josh be Josh, and let him go down and score. Now, I will say this: you do have to go up at least by 10 points and stay up by 10 points and don't make it close with this Chiefs team. So, with that being said, can they win? Absolutely, they can. We've seen them score in bunches. We've seen the Bills do amazing things, but can they do it this year? And I will tell you this, Fantasy and Jimmy, if they don't do it this year, I really don't know if they ever can.
Yeah, I think there's a couple windows closing, like Detroit obviously losing Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. That's going to be tough to over. And I think you kind of witnessed what the 49ers did a couple years ago, where they went all in, and now their window is definitely closed. So yeah, I know, I appreciate that. That's some good points. Jimmy, we got you yet?
Yeah, I think so.
There you go.
There we go. Sorry about that.
No, you're
so
good.
my there is a chance. There's always a chance, right, for the Bills. ABC, anyone but Chiefs. But I'm pretty sure you guys want the rematch.
That's a good one.
Because
I won't speak for Chosen, but I think it'll do good for my soul
to have the rematch and push it. So I and from my perspective, the only ways the Bills win this game is let me first say I don't ever want anyone to get hurt, but they need to lay out Mahomes on those little. Am I going to run out of bounds? Am I not?
I mean, if you're going to get flagged, you might as well
get flagged for it. Don't let him dance up that sideline and sneak past your guys and not step out. That's the only way they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I can agree. And I had that conversation the other day. If you're going to get flagged, you might as well make it worth your while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we know they're coming.
Yeah,
Sierra from TikTok says, "Love the shirt, fantasy."
that's my old lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for me, for the Bills to win, look, they just it's. I think I agree with Chosen on this point is they have to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, right? I mean, that's just the principle of it. Whether it's the defensive side or the offensive side, controlling the time of possession, they have to somehow keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. The less time he's on the field, the less time he has to work whatever voodoo magic that the guy can do. But yeah, I mean, I think the Bills have a strong chance. I think that my choice of prediction will be the Chiefs. There was a guy the other day that I think kind of hit it right on the nose. It's hard betting against the grain until the grain is broke. And I think that we are in for, a lot of people want to say storylines. I hate that. But I could give you one. I could give you one if you want to use that argument. A lot of people are saying we're saying the Rams because of the fires. A lot of people were saying Washington and Buffalo because of some historic 1980 matchup, whatever. But I think that Jalen Hurts is a storyline too. He
absolutely
him a couple years ago, and I think that's revenge in itself. So
Yeah, when it comes to storylines, fantasy, I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean, there's tons of them, right? I had this conversation yesterday. I mean, look at Saquon Barkley. We literally have a lot of pieces on our team that people necessarily didn't want, right? So we could say C.J. Garner-Johnson, they didn't want him in with the Lions. Slay, back in the day, they didn't want him with the Lions. They didn't want to go up and pick on Jalen Carter because of his attitude and the way that he is. And he became a beast. We end up getting Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. That's a storyline in itself. The biggest one, obviously, is Saquon Barkley. They said, go test the market. He tested the market, came with the Philadelphia Eagles, not only got 2,000 yards, but has a chance to go to 3,000 that no one has ever done before. There's some storylines, too, with the Philadelphia Eagles if they want to have a storyline. So there's multiple ways that we can look at that. It could be revenge on Patrick Mahomes and defeating him to not get the three-peat. Who was the only other team to do that when there was a back-to-back championship when the Patriots are about to do it? And that was us, right? The Eagles, Nick Foles came in as a backup quarterback and defeated him for them to not have a three-peat. We could say the same exact storylines. So this whole storyline thing, it is what it is. I understand it, and I understand your guys' points too. You got to beat the Chiefs. You just got to beat them. And it's like the Patriots, but when it comes to storylines, man, we got our own storylines too.
Amen. And for me, like I said, you guys can give your predictions, but for me, it's got to be the Chiefs. Got to be the Chiefs until they're beat.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I'm the same. Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree with it. Like I'm not rooting for the Chiefs at all. Anyone but Chiefs. Like, I know that you guys want the revenge game, but I'd rather them just be out today, and I'll be happy.
Spoken like a true Denver fan.
But you can't ever count them out. You cannot. You cannot go against the grain. I'm not going to be betting against them. I am here for the show. This is the year for Josh Allen. If he doesn't do it this year, I don't know that he's ever going to do it.
I can agree with that. Chosen, you said you're on the same page.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm going with the Chiefs, man. I'm going with the Chiefs to win this game for some odd reason. I mean, they do have a defense, and for some reason inside of me says the same thing you said, right? Like you just got to beat the champs. You got to beat them, and for some reason
they are the top of the mountain right here, and we can't ignore that. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right on that. You hit it right on the head. I mean, but I as much as I don't want to go for the Chiefs, and I know the Chiefs are probably going to end up winning this game, I am rooting for the Bills, though. Josh Allen's actually from my hometown. Got to root for the hometown guy. But we all know what's going to happen. right? Well, I mean, we pretty much know what should happen or what's possibly could happen or all these scenarios, right? Like, so give me the Chiefs to win, but I'm rooting for the Bills.
I mean, we can't ignore the fact that the Chiefs are, regardless of what what you want to say with the refs, the Chiefs are good. Patrick Mahomes, a top generational talent. Travis Kelce is still at the top of the tight end world. Have two great wide receivers now in Marquise Brown, D Hop. Once they get Rashee Rice back, they have Worthy as a rookie. I mean, they are loaded. But when you have that little extra spice on the top of the cake, sometimes that's what gets it done. So.
And let's not forget they got Spagnuolo and Andy Reid.
Absolutely, they have great coaching up and down.
Yeah.
Right.
So absolutely. I mean, we can't. One of the things that I think is great to mention is that, and I really don't mention it on any other shows, but this is one of the things that, I mean, you're welcome first off to the Chiefs. I mean, we should have kept Andy Reid, but
we should never let him go ever.
Yeah, Andy Reid is the type of coach that doesn't just adjust at halftime. He literally just play by play.
Oh, he does mid-game. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that can draw up something like right off the gate. And so that's kudos to him, and that's part of their success. He knew he had to do something different and switch it up after they lost to was it Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Against Patrick Mahomes. I mean, against Tom Brady. When they lost against Tom Brady, he knew he had to switch things up, and he did. And he's been playing. They've been playing great ever since. So
I can agree.
Kudos to the staff.
Let's get to the other game here. We'll let Jimmy go first because I think that for the most part that we've talked about enough about this week. But Jimmy, Eagles, Commanders. Give us a little preview. What does each team have to do to win this ball game?
So I feel like that you guys are the more complete team right now. The Eagles are.
Thank you, Jimmy.
My question at the top of the list is, how is Jalen Hurts? Yeah. He was hurt last game, right?
He'll be wearing a brace today, but he's not limited in any way.
Okay, keep Barkley, hand the ball off. That's all I can say. That's how you guys win this game. Your defense is outstanding. Jalen Carter is the next Aaron Donald. I just see flashes and sack. It's like, what? You guys got him for a steal. I could not believe he dropped in the draft when he
was supposed to be a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
And he fell back because of that. What was it? The DUI situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, also again, Jaden Daniels is a rookie. He's having the best rookie year I've ever seen.
Oh, I think ever in the NFL history. I mean, we can't ignore that.
I feel like that I'm picking the Eagles to win this game. First of all, revenge game. Second of all, if you keep Daniels in the pocket, that's where you guys will win. Having Carter up that middle. Yep. Keep your keep 4 rushers, but you guys will break through. You usually do.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter will get to him.
I said the same thing, the other day, and I'm glad that you brought that up because I even brought up a word that I don't bring up very normally, and that's the word spy.
Yeah.
We are coming to a world in the NFL where almost every quarterback is somewhat mobile in some way.
Yeah.
And these defensive coordinators are going to have to adjust to that. Yeah. And I think Vic is going to do a great job. He did a great job the first week we faced him. The second week, it is what it is, but we have to realize that Jalen Hurts went out first quarter. Kenny Pickett couldn't keep the offense on the field. And so our defense was gassed. And that's why they got us for 5 touchdowns and the scoring that they did. I think with Jalen Hurts in this ball game, I think it has got a completely different facet. That is one of the game that is, I hate the term. I do. I hate the term. And Jimmy's going to laugh at this because he's heard this conversation so many times. But I've said that Brock Purdy is a game manager, right? Mm-hmm. But we can sometimes put that label on Jalen Hurts because that's, he does. He manages the game. He manages the time of possession. He manages the game to win. And he has said that, that's the number one thing that matters is his stats. a lot of people go to the passing yards. Well, Jalen Hurts is 3-0 in the playoffs when he's under 200 yards passing. So, if it's just not his strength. And another quote somebody had said the other day that I think will probably stick with me for the rest of my life. But you cannot judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree. You can't judge somebody on the fact that they're not good at something that you're good at. And we don't need a Joe Burrow. We don't need a Matthew Stafford. We don't need these pass first quarterbacks because we have a Jalen Hurts. So for me, I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. But by all means, I think I'm going 30-24.
Yeah. Let me pick it back on that. Like I love everything. Let's see what they say. I want to see the Commanders and the Bills Super Bowl. Okay.
Cool. That's all right.
You want to respond to that?
No, I mean that's
right now in the world, it's Commanders and Bills. That's what the world.
I think that's what the world wants.
The world wants. They don't want to see the Chiefs.
They don't want to see the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Eagles, again. Yeah.
Right. I can agree with that.
For the people that are into football, like they want to see the rematch. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And that
they want
includes
to see the Chiefs go down. They want to see
we want to see the
Chiefs
Chiefs go down. Whatever it is, we want to see the Chiefs go down. So, and that
I think if it's Eagles and Chiefs or Commanders and Chiefs, I think you'll see like everybody rallying around the Chiefs, right? But if it's Bills, Eagles, I think it'll be the opposite. I mean, you'll see whoever makes it, whether it's the Eagles or the Chiefs, the other team will be rooted for in America.
Yeah. Well, and this also comes with Daniels is going to have to lose a game. He's going to lose that big game. He's going to lose it.
It's only going to make him better.
Like
and that's what they fail to realize.
That's the thing.
He has a big loss coming.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
If he loses today or if he wins today, he's losing the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So
yeah, it's got to come eventually. I can't bet on a rookie to keep playing flawlessly all the way through. You know what I mean? I just can't.
Yeah.
So I can agree with that.
Yeah. Jermaine on TikTok also says Washington and Bills in the playoffs. They also, So everybody's rolling around.
It's an American thing. It's an American thing, which is all right. We don't want to see a rematch, but for us Chiefs fans, us Eagle fans, believe me, we wouldn't. We wouldn't. Considering the controversy at the end of that Super Bowl, I promise you, we wouldn't mind doing that again.
So
to answer your question,
go ahead, Joseph. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, just to answer your question on what is it going to take for the Eagles to win this ball game? I was actually last night. I watched the first half of the Eagles versus Commanders, the very last time that we played them, and we played the second game. What we did great with Jaden Daniels was on these second down and 10, second down and 8s. We made the shield and we sent a blitzer right down the middle, and we sacked him multiple times and got them off of the field. I think that's relevant to this game. I think if we create that shield, don't let him go left to right and keep him in the middle, and we send somebody in to add that extra pressure. He overthrows a lot of balls. I didn't realize how many balls that he actually overthrows. Or underthrows people when under pressure. Yeah, when under pressure, it was crazy to watch in that first half. The other thing is we gotta pay attention to, and I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said, those 3rd and 3s or 4th and 2s, those short yardages, because he will take it himself, and that's when you send that spy. That's when you send that Cooper DeJean to go up in there. Those the CJ Garner Johnsons, the people are going to just smack him and let him know, hey, listen, what you did to the Lions, you're not going to do to us, right? That's how you're going to slow them down and stop them from doing a lot of that and getting them off of the field. Another way that how the Eagles are going to win this game, run the damn ball. What you've seen against the Lions is they didn't do that. They didn't do it for 4 quarters. They went
away from it. Gibbs was absolutely murdering them.
Yeah, and they just went away from it. They were 30th in rush defense for a reason. And the last time we played him in that first half, Saquon had a game. In the first quarter, Saquon had 109 yards in the first quarter on this team. Run the damn ball, and then let's set everything up for the big plays. Jalen Hurts, you don't have to do a lot. And throw the ball away, too, while you're at it if you're watching this dang show. Throw the damn ball away. You don't have to scramble around for 7 seconds. 3 seconds, throw the ball out of there. Give us another chance on another down. Just hand the ball over. But other than that, we know what our defense is going to do. We're not going to give up 5 touchdowns like we did the last game, Fantasy. Jimmy, we're not going to just allow them to run down the field. We're going to send that baby rhino, and they're going to know what to do. The last point that I will make for both of you guys is, I don't know if you guys noticed this in the last game, but Jalen Hurts started audibling. And I think Jimmy will appreciate this. He started doing what Peyton Manning was doing. He started audibling. And I love that because I'm like, you're reading that defense and you're switching it up. Okay, not left side, right side. Let's go. You know? And then the other part on our defense, Jaden Carter was doing the same thing. Hey, I'm about to hook and ladder. I'm about to hook and ladder.
Crash.
Yeah. And they're starting it. That's beautiful because
these guys are young too. They're young. Yeah. That's the scary part.
Yeah. That's the scary part. And they're doing it late.
Thing. Yeah. Is I'm glad that he's now audibling because we may be preparing now that Dallas has signed a coach, and we'll get into that a little bit later. I think that Kellen Moore stays, which makes me extremely happy. I think that gives Jalen another opportunity, another year in the same system, and that's huge. That's massive, considering he's never had that in his football career. So I'm glad that he's audibling. I'm glad that he's comfortable, and I'm glad that it could be the same deal next year. So that just to touch on that, but yeah, man, it makes me excited. We got down South Philly in the building.
Let's go. Hey, last but not least, though, Fantasy, Jake Elliott, make them damn field goals today, baby. Come on, let's get back into it.
That man makes me about piss my pants every time he's lining up for a kick, man. No, and then last thing that I'll add, and then we'll see if Jimmy got anything else. But Washington just did lose their best offensive lineman. Let's not get away from that, right?
And their defense.
Oh, and Deron Payne, their best defensive player in my opinion. At least on the defensive line, but you lost 2 facets of the game to where you have to win these types of ball games. And I've said it every week. And I will stay bleeding it till it's blue. This type of year, these games are won in the trenches, right? They're won in the trenches, whether it's on the offensive line, controlling the game of the play, the game of the pace of the game, or on the defensive side and getting through the line of scrimmage. I mean, it just is. You're controlling both sides of the ball in the trenches right now, and to have both of those injuries, are not great for Washington. Now, I will say Deron Payne has been out a couple weeks. Their defensive line has been impressive. Was very impressive against the Lions last week, but again, in my opinion, we're not the Lions. And, me and Chosen have said that several times. And, we were laughed at. And the Lions are the number 1 seed for a reason.
Nah, Fantasy, you got to say it again, man. Say it again. It's today. We're
not the Lions. We're not. We come prepared. All right. We do. And it's just the principle of it. And then when we beat the team that put up 45 on them, they'll kind of see. But
we can't forget that the Lions put up still 31 points with the concussed Jared Goff.
Yeah, come on. That dude was seeing cartoon birds the whole game. I guarantee it. So, Jimmy, you got anything else to add on that game?
Yeah, I do. You guys go all the way. Does Jalen Hurts or Barkley win the MVP?
Barkley.
I think he gets 3,000. I think he gets 3,000 yards.
If we make the Super Bowl, he's definitely getting 3,000.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, if he completes this game, I see him going probably plus 150, 175 in this game. I mean, if we put 200 up against the Rams, I see him having a big game. But I see him getting that 3,000, man.
No, I definitely see it. Like I said, if
Can
we
you
make the Super
imagine
Bowl,
fantasy?
nobody
Can you imagine,
ever.
Jimmy?
How do you
That's
not give
crazy.
him the MVP of the year at that
That's
point?
another stat line. No one, let me repeat, no
No
one has ever got 3,000 yards in a whole complete season from week 1 to Super Bowl. No one.
Yeah, down South Philly show. He agrees. He said Barkley.
I voted Barkley. I voted Barkley. So here we go. You know, like
I agree. Like I said, not even the regular season MVP. I think if you put Barkley at the biggest stage, at the biggest lights, not to mention, fun fact, on his birthday this year, that boy's gonna ball the out. And I'm telling you that now. We're looking at 3 tutties, 200 yards. I mean, I don't. It reminds me of, and a lot of people, this is the last thing I'll say on this game, but a lot of people go back to, well, Jalen can't pass the ball and go, la, 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 la. Well, if you go back and you watch, Shannon Sharp is the one that talked about this, about the Denver Broncos in the 90s when they had Terrell Davis and John Elway, right? What was their strength? Running the ball. They had Shannon Sharp, who's one of the best blocking tight ends to ever play the game. Had a great offensive line. Terrell Davis, a first ballot Hall of Fame running back, in my opinion. They had these, and why fix it if it's not broke, right? And it's a strength for us. And I'm sorry that you didn't build your team around that strength, but we did. We had a great offensive line, and to bolster that, we went out and got the best running back on the planet. And that's no fault to ours, but we did. And so we're not going to break away from that again. If it's, why fix it if it's not broken?
Yeah, and let me ask you both this. I mean, after coming from the Giants, right? And we can transition after this. I'm sorry, but
no, you're good.
After coming from just think about it like this: just coming from the Giants and the stuff he had to put up with the Giants and carrying the Giants on their back, even to some playoff games, and just riding his coattail, and then coming to Philly, doesn't he deserve it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
More than anybody.
After doing what he did and going over 2,000 yards, doesn't he deserve it thoe? Like, I don't know, man. Yeah. I think just him as a human being, the way that he is, so selfless.
We got impatient people over here. I'm telling you, I'm itching, bro. I'm itching. I promise you, I'm ready. I'm ready.
For sure.
Let's get into some of the more comical points in today's episode. We'll get started with the obvious one here. I think for me, it's long live Jerry Jones, because as long as Jerry Jones is going to be in that organization, they're going to be down bad, man. I mean, it's just comical. And I was talking to somebody the other day on a live, and which I'm mad that I can't remember his name, but he was in there and he was talking about how they were still in the Deion Sanders sweepstakes and they were going to get rid of Dak, and we all thought that was a possibility at one point.
Definitely was.
But I had seen that, they hadn't even interviewed Ben Johnson. They hadn't even interviewed Aaron Glenn, Pete Carroll, Mike Vrabel. They didn't schedule anything with anybody. And I told him at that point, that was a sign to me that Jerry Jones was about to do the most Dallas shit that I've ever seen in my life. And he did. He did. This is not a new surprise to anybody, but Dallas has brought up several offensive coordinators, throughout the entirety of his tenure in Dallas. Bill Parcells was brought up from OC to head coach. There was just, I can't remember names because I'm not a Dallas fan, but there was a bunch of them. And, just somebody that hasn't really necessarily earned it, right? Is an inside guy, is a yes man who's been with Jerry Jones for quite a while. I mean, how do we see this working out? How do we see this working out for Dallas?
I don't.
Well,
that's it.
Like, the only more Dallas thing that could happen at this point is for them to just take some named defensive tackle in the draft with their first pick. Like, that is the most Dallas thing ever.
Right now, I have them taking Luther Burden at the number 12 pick. I don't even have them taking Ashton Genty. I don't know if you watched my mock draft, Jimmy, but I had them taking Luther Burden, and then I had Denver taking Ashton Genty.
We could use a
And
playmaker
I figured you
for
would
sure.
like that. But for me, 2 years ago, right? Not even this last year, but the year before, Jerry Jones goes in and he talks about I'm all in. I'm all in on this season. You know, da da da. You had a chance at Derrick Henry of all people. Derrick Henry, and you passed. You said, we don't need him. Live TV, write an interview. Oh, we didn't think we'd need him. And then you go and sign Zeke Elliott. You know, it is just like, what is your definition of all in? Because I think that you're sitting on your hands and you're ruining a franchise that has had a lot of history and a lot of tradition.
Well, not only
that.
Hey,
I mean, as a Birds fan, I'm all for it. So.
No, even in all that, they're not going to have the money to pay Parsons.
No. Dak's got a $90 million cap hit next year.
Yeah.
90, 90. And that is
like at this point, they have to get rid of Dak.
Have they paid CD yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They paid CD and Dak.
Yeah.
Okay. So I really don't see how they, and I can agree with you. You know, and it goes back to my point. I don't think I want him on Philadelphia now, but if you would have told me that last year, I'd have told you that Micah Parsons was gonna be an Eagle. But you know, after all the antics that he does on his podcast, I don't think I want it. So
I would love him as a player. I think that Vic Fangio would definitely put him in his place.
Yeah, I just don't like his attitude sometimes. That's where I'm at. Talking in post interviews about the team, and I feel like he's a cancer, a little bit of a cancer to the locker room in a way.
Yeah, so we have to figure out that edge rushing though.
Oh no, for sure. I think we're in play. I think that down south Philly says he thinks they're going to find a dramatic way to pay Micah in the 9th hour as usual, which is
the
another
only
Dallas
way to do this. Yeah, the only way to do this is to trade Dak. Like, that is the only way. Like,
but I mean, what do you do at that point? I mean, at the 12th pick that they got, they're not in a place to draft a top quarterback. I mean, all the top quarterbacks are going to be gone by pick 8.
Unless they trade with tennis with the Titans and trade up.
Yeah, I don't think Dak's worth that.
Even like I think it's probably even the Raiders, you know, but I don't know that that's Pete Carroll's way, but man, Dak and Brock Bowers.
I think that hear me out. This is a bold prediction, and we'll talk about this. We'll go right into this coach next. Speaking of Pete Carroll, but I think, right, what does Las Vegas need? They need a quarterback.
They need money.
They need a wide receiver, right? I think that there are two familiar faces on the same team that could use a new scenery with Pete Carroll that would have that resurgence in their career. I think that if there's a Las Vegas way, and it would require the 8th pick probably, and some other picks, obviously, but if you combine the 8th pick with some other picks and you go get Geno Smith and DK Metcalf from Seattle, DK's looking for a new change of scenery. Geno Smith, I think that's Seattle's downfall. But Pete Carroll has familiarity with both of these bodies. And I think that would be a move. I think that would be if they're willing to give Pete Carroll the control that I think they're willing to give him, I think that Geno Smith and DK Metcalf could possibly be in a Raider organization.
Well, even with that, he could go scoop up Russell Wilson for the league minimum.
And there's plenty of veteran quarterbacks that he's worked with, I'm sure.
Yeah. I see the DK Metcalf. I think, you know, there was a thing. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Sam Darnold's here right now. He's looking for real estate here. He's also checking out the facility and stuff like that.
Nice.
I hate that for Vegas. But that's what we know. Right now.
If you're willing to spend all the cash on one season, by all means, but I wouldn't.
Yeah. I would love to see the Raiders pick up Justin Fields and
Yes.
DK Metcalf. If
Yes.
if they could do that, I would love it because number one, it brings money to the city, puts people in seats. They will be turned around with the Pete Carroll. That's obviously he's a decent coach. I mean, he's been there, done that already.
Yeah.
I don't.
He's been
think
to a
that,
Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl, appearance coach.
Yeah, I just don't see Russ leaving Pittsburgh. I don't see I don't see them giving that up unless they have something in mind where they go get
Correct.
somebody else.
Correct.
But I could see like a Justin Fields and a DK or somebody big that's a wide receiver is going to end up on the Raiders.
Yeah. I think that Garrett Wilson also has a shot.
Yeah,
but DK for me is a big one.
I don't know. Like
it's been Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Yeah.
It's been floating around that Garrett Wilson or T would be going to the Broncos, which I would love either of them. I'd prefer Garrett over T, but I think deep down that he stays with the Jets, but the Jets are the Jets. You know what I mean? Like
that's why he wants out because it's the Jets.
Right.
I think that T is more likely to stay in Cincinnati than Garrett Wilson is to stay in
Garrett
Jets.
Wilson from the Jets. Yeah. I don't know why I just drew a blank. I guess because Garrett. Yeah. He was linked. Actually, you guys are right. He was linked to the Raiders. They, last season he was linked to go there. But yeah, what do you guys think about? Not to change subject, but what do you think about are we going to talk about the AFC West stack up?
Yeah.
What about? We can talk about it.
Coaching.
Yeah. Like I feel like Pete Carroll's just haunting Jim Harbaugh. Here we go again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Would you guys consider that like a legendary division now that we have? Who do we have?
I mean, what do you got? You got Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Pete Carroll, and Jim Harbaugh. I mean, that's some Hall of Fame coaches right there.
Bro.
Yeah, that's Hall of Fame coaches.
That's crazy to have all of that in the same division, bro.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
That's gonna be a hell of a division
for Las Vegas.
Jimmy,
you're
in that division.
This is hard for me. Like I deep down, I don't like to admit this, but I think Broncos are in the basement next year if we don't make some big FA moves.
Really?
I think we're at the bottom. We need some big playmakers. We need some big playmakers. A lot of our guys right now are on one-year deals. We won't have enough money to keep everyone unless they take a team-friendly deal. John Franklin Myers. We have Allen. We have a bunch of those guys that were just on one-year deals. Like our offensive line is slated to stay next year, but a lot of our defense was just on one-year deals that we don't have the money to keep everyone.
Yeah.
So if we're going after a big offensive free agent, our rookies and whoever we draft and those types are going to have to step up because Singleton's needs paid. Roach needs paid. Allen needs paid. Like we will not be able to keep our core guys.
Yeah, and he agrees with you. And that's why I had you guys. I think the running back room was a big thing for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys get an Ashon Genty, and run with that. Even then, I mean, the running back class is deep, and I need everybody to realize that. You got Scatabo, Junkins, Trayvon Henderson, Genty. I mean, you got some star caliber starting running backs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Class, in my opinion,
if Genty falls to us at 20, we better be taking it. What I mean?
Take it.
Like so.
If Dallas does end up taking him, I think you guys could get like a Scatabo or somebody in the second, third round.
And with that, I hope that we don't take. I mean, I like Tyler Warren. Don't get me wrong. He's awesome tight end. But Njoku, Ingram, Schultz, all these Pitts, they're all free agents.
They're all free agents.
Like, let's go scoop one up for a little bit cheaper, and use that pick somewhere else.
I think Kyle Pitts would be an extremely cheap contract considering what he's done.
Yeah. So one of these guys for a little bit cheaper versus using our first round pick, use our first round pick on defense, pick up a free agent wide receiver, free agent tight end.
Yeah,
draft a running back in the second round.
It's gonna say a lot after my mock draft will definitely change after combine and free agency moves.
Yeah, absolutely.
As of right now, man, I think you guys are in a great position to do that. All right, well let's get to the last one here. We'll finish up here. The Bears not only are getting a new head coach in Ben Johnson, but are getting an assistant head coach in Antoine Randall. I think I don't know if he's going to be the offensive coordinator. I haven't looked that up yet. So before we touch on that, what do you guys think Ben Johnson's going to do for Chicago? Do you think it's going to be a Caleb Williams bounce back year? Do you think, what kind of your thoughts here?
Well, he didn't have necessarily a horrible season.
Right. No, absolutely not. That's what a lot of people fail to realize.
Yeah, he didn't have a horrible season. He just didn't win ball games. I think with Ben Johnson, is what Caleb Williams needs, but I think it goes further than that. Yes. What the team needs is to do something that is not sexy and go into the draft and get an offensive line. They need to go up in there. If they could give him a little bit more time to be effective and actually read, because I feel like he was always on the run, and I feel like the pace of the game he couldn't keep up with. And for Caleb, he just needed a little bit more time. And I think this next year, I think they do wait. I don't know how good. I can't say how good they're going to be, but I will say that they are going to be better than last year. And I don't even have the Lions winning that division. So I have the Packers winning that division next year. But yeah, I mean, what Ben is going to do for that organization is obviously going to be great. He's had a hell of a seasons with the Lions. And I think that's what Caleb needed. He needed Ben Johnson.
Well, and I feel like him coming to the Bears is a settled down year for the Bears. Like you said, don't get cute, take an OL, settle down. We'll get there. See what we can do this year. Ben Johnson, Caleb, time together for the next 5 years. Just settle down, get in a groove. Start winning some games. Nothing cute. Take an OL.
I mean, pending something drastic, you and Ben Johnson are locked in together for the next 3 years at least.
Right.
Yeah. That would be great.
I think the X factor for me is Antoine Randall. I mean, he coming from Detroit, following Ben Johnson, obviously worked with Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, gave Tim Patrick this last year a kind of rejuvenation. Now he gets to work with a young wide receiver in Adunze, DJ Moore for sure. Keenan Allen is, I don't think, going to return to Chicago, in my opinion, but he could now that Ben Johnson's there. That's a possibility. So we'll see how that goes. But for me, me and Jimmy, we have a buddy, Tyler. He's a big Bears fan, and I had messaged him. He would have rather went the Mike McCarthy route. He would have rather went the more experienced route than Ben Johnson. But I think that Ben Johnson will be. Well, I mean, Mike, we got to think Mike McCarthy has experience, especially in that division. Yeah, being with Green Bay, being a Super Bowl, I mean, I kind of understand it, but I think that Caleb Williams would benefit more from a Ben Johnson, offensive minded, also very young head coach. These younger players, they seem to connect more, I feel like, in my opinion, with the younger coaches. But for me, I think to touch on the Chicago offensive line, they were actually very mid last year. They were ranked 16 in pass and 13 in run protection. So a lot of it for me was Caleb Williams just simply holding the ball too long. And Jalen Hurts has had that problem, in the past. But I think that Caleb Williams tries to extend plays that aren't there. He tries to be the superhero like he was in USC. If you watch USC game tape, he was the team. It just is what it is. He was.
Yeah.
And he was running around trying to make big plays happen. I think in the NFL, and I think especially in Chicago, he's going to have to die that down, right? He's going to have to be more of a pocket passer, and if you don't see anything, then use your feet. I just think it's going to take some getting used to. Like you said, Chosen, I think he struggles with the pace of the game sometimes. And I think that he gets a little jittery, makes bad decisions. In my mock draft last week, I believe that I had them either taking it was one of the trenches. I can't remember if it was defense or offense, but I think you kind of hit it on the nose. I think that they have to build in the trenches, and I will always say that. But we also need to realize that we have a Jeff Stoutland that takes these guys and makes them all Pro Bowlers. But if you want to win ball games in this era of football, I feel like you have to build in the trenches, and that's just is what it is.
So, yeah, you got it.
All right, gentlemen, you guys got anything else?
Yeah, explain to me the Jags Tampa coach situation. It was like breaking news Jaguars, and then the same like breaking news Tampa with Tampa, and then breaking news back with well, what is going on?
So the timeline with that went, and it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I actually read the ESPN article on it because it was so interesting. But if I can recall right, it was a Wednesday. He had told the Buccaneers that he was interviewing with the Jags. He interviewed with the Jags, did not like what he heard because the GM at the time that got fired was still there. So he went back to Tampa Bay and was like, no, I'm just going to stay. I don't like what I heard, or I don't like what I seen. Well, that GM in Jacksonville got fired. Then they hired a new GM who at that time had reached back out to Liam Cohen, who was then at a doctor's appointment with his 5-year-old son, who was sick at the time, and said, well, we let this guy go. We brought in a new guy. We want to retract and try to do this again because we are extremely interested in you, right? Not only was Tampa Bay making him the highest paid coordinator in the NFL, but they extremely wanted him back, right? Baker came out and said, I want him back. Mike Evans said, I love the guy. He's a great coordinator. We want him back. So then he retracts, goes back to Jacksonville, interviews again, and accepts the head coaching job. So, it's we have to realize that, at that point, I feel like it wasn't all about money, which I appreciate, right? He could have stayed in Tampa, made this buku money, and highest paid coordinator, blah, blah, blah. Made his job a lot easier. He wants the challenge, right? Every guy starts from the bottom of the barrel. They work their way up the totem pole, and the head coaching, being a successful head coach is the ultimate goal for some of these guys. And I think for Liam Cohen, that is the ultimate goal. Whether it's the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Tennessee Titans, he's going to take the challenge and he's going to run with it. So, best of luck to him. How do you guys feel like he's going to do in Jacksonville?
It's still Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's still Jacksonville. I
can agree.
Not so much.
Until they get a new quarterback, I don't really feel like
it's
really going to happen much. I mean, they have no defense.
So the only vacancy left is the Saints, right?
The Saints, yes.
And who are they linked to?
Are the Jets keeping their interim coach? I think the Jets are vacant, aren't they?
No, they got Glenn. They got
they got Aaron Glenn. That's where he went. I apologize. Okay, Aaron Glenn. Okay,
don't they still need a defensive coordinator? Oh no, okay. Robert Saleh went to the Niners, back to the Niners.
Yeah, he went to the Niners where he was originally before getting the head coaching job. Yeah, which I think is a smart move for him.
Yeah.
It upgrades the Niners tremendously. So who is linked? Do you know anybody that is linked to the Saints?
The Saints? As far as I'm concerned, I know that Kellen Moore has interviewed for it. I know that
Kellen
Vic
Moore
has
has
said
interviewed.
that Vic said he's staying. He's not even interviewing. I'm trying to think what other coaches.
Because I know Chip Kelly is linked to several jobs for OC.
Well, I hope he goes and ruins another franchise. That's not mine.
But so it just right now it's just Kellen Moore now. You think that that's what they're waiting for, and he's going to take that job?
I really hope he doesn't. I'll be honest with you. I think that I think the Saints will probably go the college route. In my opinion, I think, like I said, I think that I think the Dallas job is what scared me with Kellen Moore. That's the one thing that scared me was the Dallas job. It's familiarity for him. It's a comfortable position, right? If he was going to be a Jerry guy, he was going to be a Jerry guy. But I don't think really the Saints bother me. I think that in all reality, I think the Dallas Cowboys had a better chance of being better than the Saints.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Saints will probably either build up within the organization, excuse me, or go the college route. Um, I know that Notre Dame's coach Marcus Freeman has been put in several talks.
What about Cliff?
Oh yeah, that's right, Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff
Yeah.
Kingsbury could be a potential one. That's a very good point.
I think he stays with the Commanders, though.
Yeah, I don't. I thought
He's came out and said that he wants his own team, though.
Yeah, no, he wants another chance. He didn't really have the best of positions in Arizona. I think he does want another shot. But in my personal opinion, I thought he was the best fit for Chicago. Having that experience and that past with Caleb Williams in USC, I thought that would have been something that Chicago kind of went after. But hey, Ben Johnson works, man. That's one of the more young, offensive-minded coaches in the NFL right now, and he reminds me a lot of a Sean McVay. I don't know if you guys get that vibe, but he reminds me a lot of a Sean McVay. But for me, yeah, I mean the Saints vacancy, that'll be interesting. I'm glad you brought that up. I think there's a few coordinators left, but like I said, there's a couple college coaches, like you said, Chip Kelly, offensive coordinator for Ohio State, Marcus Freeman, head coach for Notre Dame. I know that there's a couple names floating around there, so it'll be interesting to see what New Orleans does. But anybody else, gentlemen, ain't got anything else?
Nah, I mean that's about it. Let's go Birds.
Go Birds, go Birds, go Birds. Absolutely.
I got a trivia if you want to roll.
Yeah, let's do a trivia. I like trivia. Let's do it.
Been a minute since we done one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so trivia for today. Well, I've had it since Thanksgiving. We just haven't done it. Was every running back to have 1,000 rushing yards since 2015? Leading up to 2023. So I didn't do 2024. Okay. There is.
You said 2015, so that leaves out Adrian Peterson.
Right. He's counting them right now. There's a lot.
41.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I just looked at this list when Saquon was going for 2,000. How many is there?
You can go ahead. You go ahead, Charles. You go ahead first.
So there's 41 different names. So they're not repeat names, even though a lot of these running backs had multiple 1,000 rushing seasons.
So you're just looking for the player, not how many.
Just the player, not how many years they've done it.
Right. All right.
I mean, let's go with the obvious. I mean, there's Derrick Henry in that, obviously.
Oh, yep. Right. Yes, sir.
Right. And you said 2015, so that would is Chris Johnson in that one? 2015.
No.
I don't think so.
No,
I think he retired before that.
earlier.
He was the year before.
Dang, missed it by a year.
Let's go. Is Austin Eckler? I'll go a surprising one. Austin Eckler, is he on there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. Let me look here.
He's been with the Chargers, I think.
You said just 1,000?
Yep, just 1,000.
Just 1,000.
Oh, dang. Okay, that changes everything.
Hang on.
Eckler not on there?
CMC is on there.
Oh. Eckler is not on there.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's been rushing in, like his was rushing and receiving.
Yeah, no, that's crazy though.
All right,
CMC. Yeah, CMC's on there.
Am I too early for
Chosen's up 2 to your zip.
I think that's too.
You can go ahead.
No, it's Marshawn Lynch. That was too old, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little old.
Yeah, it's too old. I'm trying to go away from the obvious ones, obviously, but
right.
Josh Jacob.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs on there.
That's a good one. Actually, was Brandon Jacobs on there?
No.
Didn't he have one good season?
Yeah, but it was before 2015.
Oh, it was.
D Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see.
Miles Sanders.
Sure.
Yeah, Miles Sanders too.
We'll start with
Sanders
ours first.
On there.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard.
Pollard's on there. Start spitting them out, Chris. Come on.
I'm fucking thinking, man. Fuck.
All right, let's
Aaron Jones. Here we go. Aaron Jones.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is on there.
Aaron Jones.
What's the other one?
Let's go like this. Let's go by year. Let's go 2015 and then work up by year.
Oh, I can't do that.
You can't do that?
Oh shit.
I could just spit out names. I can't do years.
Let's go like this. There's 8 in year 15. Vikings.
Vikings in 2015?
Yeah.
Aaron Jones.
No,
it wasn't.
2015, big name.
It wasn't AP, was it?
Yeah, it is Adrian Peterson.
He was in 2015? Really?
Yeah, 1,500 yards.
Yeah, we were discussing that. We thought it was prior to that.
Did Adrian Peterson get 1,000 yards with Washington as well? He played for several teams. He got the Vikings.
Yeah, he played for Washington towards the end. Yeah.
I don't have it down here that he got it with Washington.
Okay.
So in 2015 there was a Buccaneer.
Oh, Leonard Fournette?
Nope.
Dalvin Cook.
2015. Old.
Oh, we're just doing 2015. Spitting out names.
I'm just.
I thought we were.
Yeah, 2015. Going with 2015. There was a rookie on the Rams.
Tampa Buccaneer. He was on the Rams?
No. There was a Buccaneer. Old guy.
It wasn't one of the no.
So the Rams was a rookie in 2015. Big name.
Todd Gurley.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Todd was in there. Can we just
spit out names? Of old
yeah, spit out names. Spit out names.
Okay, so I got Dalvin Cook. We got to go with the consistent Nick Chubb.
Yep, Nick Chubb.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Elliott's on there.
Before CMC, there was Frank Gore.
Yep,
Frank Gore's on there.
We can't forget Pittsburgh Steeler. Pittsburgh Steeler. What's his name?
Went to the Jets. Fucked it all up. Wouldn't take money.
Bell.
Yeah, that one. Fuck that.
I'm giving that to Chris because he's down.
We got the other Raider. Right? We're forgetting about. So.
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray's on there, but that wasn't the Raider.
No, I know. I just thought about it.
McFadden was. What's his first name?
McFadden's on there.
That's a big one.
Darren McFadden was Cowboys.
Bro, the 2,000-yard rusher. LaShawn McCoy, let's go.
Oh, there you go. That's a big
McCoy's
one.
on there.
Doug Martin's on there. Has to be.
That's who the team of the Buccaneer was, wasn't it? Doug Martin.
What about what wasn't there? Oh, wait. Was he a Ram or was he a Charger?
LT? No, LT wasn't in there.
No. Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon was in there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's go to the Chiefs. The Chiefs then was
Jamal Charles.
The Chiefs had is Jamal Charles in there?
Charles didn't make it. Nope.
Wow.
What about Kareem Hunt then? Kareem Hunt
did. Yep.
Oh yes. Was there another one? Was there another one?
Is there a Denver Bronco on that list?
I don't think there's any. Wait.
I don't think there is.
Yes, there is. One. Free agent.
Free agent.
Yeah.
He only played 1 year in Denver?
What? That was like 2 years or 3 years in Denver. 2018.
Terrell Davis? No,
it wasn't Terrell Davis.
I said Terrell Davis. What about Devontae Smith? Oh no, Devontae Freeman.
Devontae Freeman for the Falcons.
Joe Mixon
for the Bengals.
That's a big one. I'm trying to think of that Denver Bronco.
Curly hair, bushy curly hair, blonde.
Wait. Oh, wait.
Bushy blonde curly hair.
Philip.
Phil Lindsay.
Yeah.
I don't know his last name.
Oh shit, that was a 1 year wonder for sure.
Yeah,
it was. Y'all remember? You know who? Speaking of, real quick before we continue, you know who Scatabo reminds me of? Y'all remember Peyton Hillis? He got drafted by the Cleveland Browns after that one good college season. And had one good season in the NFL, and then just like fell off the face of the earth. He reminds me of Peyton Hillis. Anyway,
all right.
How many we got left? How many we got left?
All of 2015. You got all of 2015 down.
Okay.
So for 2016, you have a Bears, a Dolphins,
David
Bills,
Montgomery,
Cardinals, and Texans. Nope.
David
2016.
Montgomery.
Nope. Big name.
For who?
The Bears.
Wasn't David Montgomery?
Big boy.
Yeah.
23.
So.
Number 23. Was he
23?
I
can't remember his name.
Was he?
Shit.
Damn it!
I'm horrible with names.
All right, so Shifty for Bills.
Not
Shifty
Hillis.
boy.
It's Carlos Hyde.
Nope.
No.
Not Howard.
Shifty boy for the Bills. That wasn't LaShawn
McCoy for the Bills.
McCoy. You got that one, brother. You got that one.
So the Bears was Jordan Howard.
Yeah.
Oh, he played for the Birds too. Damn.
Dolphins. He actually played for you guys in your last Super Bowl run.
Oh, Jay Ajayi.
Yep.
Oh, Jay Ajayi. Right.
That was a big one.
Cardinals, Texans.
Cardinals and Texans?
Yeah. Big name for Cardinals. Played for the Texans. Played for
James Conner?
Nope. 2016.
James Conner is that's a pretty good name.
I know James Conner's on the list.
Yeah, so he should be. Cardinals and Texans in 2016.
DJ.
Oh, David Johnson.
There you go.
David Johnson. He was in Arizona before James Conner took over.
Yeah, yep.
That's what that was. Yep.
All right, Saints 2017.
Oh, Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. Nope.
Wow.
Hill.
Oh, Jamal. No, not Jamal Williams.
His pair. Like they both went to the Pro Bowl, side by side.
What?
Ingram.
Mark Ingram. There you go.
Oh, big boy, Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that name in a minute.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Did Jamal Williams do it in Detroit?
Jamal Williams.
Isn't that where he was before New Orleans? Was Detroit?
Don't have him down.
Okay, that's weird. I just was curious. I just imagined that he would have.
All right, we have a Seahawk in 2018.
And it wasn't Lynch.
Nope.
All right.
And it wasn't Lynch.
Was not Lynch.
It's too old. Who the fuck is the Seahawks had?
CC, super injury prone running back. CC is his initial. His initials is CC.
CC. Yeah, I don't know. You got me on that one.
Chris Carson.
Oh, okay. I remember him a little bit. He ran for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he did.
Damn.
Almost 1,200 yards is rookie
season. I wouldn't have
season.
guessed that one.
I wouldn't guess that one either.
All right, now we're up to the modern games. 2020.
Okay. 2020.
So they're pretty much all still playing besides one or two of them.
And I got like 7 minutes. I got like 7 minutes, y'all.
You're good. We're gonna finish this up.
All right, we got
give us a team.
Colts, Bears. This is the teams that they first ran them with, so they may not be on the same teams.
Colts and Bears.
Colts, Bears, Jaguars.
Colts, Bears, Jaguars. Colts, Bears, Jaguars.
Steelers,
Okay.
Commanders,
2020.
Niners.
Oh, these
Jaguars,
are teams?
Jaguars, yeah, Jaguars twice, Seahawks again, and then Patriots.
Jonathan Taylor, is he in there?
Jonathan Taylor, he is.
All right.
Oh, we're going 2020. Yeah.
Let's go.
Like you guys already filled out the rest of all the other names. So
Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne for the Jaguars.
That's a smart one.
All right, so we got
proud of
Colts,
you,
we got Jags.
So-
Is
so now-
Najee Harris in there?
Who?
Najee Harris.
Najee for the Steelers.
Najee.
All right, so now you got the Jaguars again before Etienne. We have the
Maurice
Commanders.
Jones-Drew.
Nope,
That's
just right
what?
before him. It was an undrafted free agent for the Jaguars, right before Etienne.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
James Robinson.
I know for a fact that because of Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson has to be on that list.
I didn't do any quarterbacks, just running
Oh, you
backs.
just did just running backs? Just running backs.
Oh, okay.
All right, what other team you got?
We got Commanders.
Commanders.
We've got the 49ers.
Is it Brian Robinson?
Who?
James.
Is it Brian Robinson Jr.?
No.
James Robinson.
No.
He just said that for the Jags. Yeah, James Robinson, yeah.
So he was at the Commanders, and then he went to the Patriots this last year.
What the hell?
No, not Stevenson, is it?
Stevenson's on the list, but that's not the name I was telling you.
Okay.
AG.
Who else is on the fucking Patriots?
AG.
AG.
Gibson?
Yeah, Antonio Gibson.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's
Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, Antonio Gibson. I was trying to think of the name. Good
All right. We
job on that.
got one more on the Seahawks, and then one on the Niners.
Kenneth Walker, is he in there?
Kenneth Walker.
Where is he at?
Seattle.
Seahawks.
Seattle? Oh, Kenneth
And
Walker.
what was the other team?
The last one's the Niners. Back
The
up
Niners.
for CMC. Back up for
Elijah
CMC.
Mitchell.
Yep, there it is.
There it is.
Nice,
Got him.
guys.
Badass.
You're smart, Fantasy.
Badass.
That's
That's all right. I had to get a couple hints, but I'm fucking horrible with names. But all right, gentlemen.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
That was good, Jimmy. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Jimmy does come with some good trivia. So we'll add that back into the docket.
Yeah,
But
we like to doing that. It's pretty fun.
yeah, no, it is. It is, especially when you got two people competing against each other. It's a little
Just a
friendly competition.
little refresh down memory lane of all
Yeah,
the guys you forget in the current runs of the NFL.
All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate you joining in. Fantasy Blitz podcast again, powered by Sports Lounge Media. What you got?
Oh
What's
no,
up, Jordan?
Hunter from TikTok says I'm at the game.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna
today.
be
Yeah, he is.
insane.
Yep,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
Commanders fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just letting you know on TikTok. So
Bet.
Yeah.
Again, powered by Sports Lounge Media, sponsored by the mobile brand. We appreciate everybody jumping in, everybody commenting, especially on YouTube. Appreciate you. Hey, guys, hit the follow button down here at the bottom of the ticker. Follow us on all platforms, please. Facebook, we go live on. Twitter, Instagram as well. And we do also go live on YouTube and TikTok. So again, thank you for your support, man. Everybody, appreciate everybody tuning in. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me this morning. And we're gonna make this a Sunday thing. So
Let's go.
Love it.
I appreciate everybody, and